Welcome back. This month is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and here at home, the San Diego County Gun Owners Association empowering women with an initiative to stop sexual assault and end domestic violence. Joining us now in studio tonight to tell us more about the NOTMESD program, program director Desi Bergman. Desi, thanks so much for being with us
Thanks
tonight.
for having me.
Of course, we're so excited to have you here. This is such an important movement for women, and this month especially, because showcasing the importance of this month. It's NOTMESD. You're holding a shooting social, which you had this morning.
Correct.
So tell us what all happened and go over the highlights and why this is such an important cause for women in San Diego.
Of course. Thank you, Lindsay, again for having me today. So this morning we had a shooting social, and we do these shooting socials once a month, and we pair new shooters with an experienced mentor who's a gun enthusiast like myself, where they love teaching others about firearms. And this is a great way for new shooters to get an introduction to firearms. And this morning what I loved is it was pure women, right? And this was our NOTMESD shooting social. And after the shooting social, I had a woman come up to me and she said, Desi, I came here today so scared about firearms, and I'm leaving super excited, and I want to continue my firearms journey, and thank you so much for this program and what you do. So NOTMESD is a program that was created for women, by women, and we assist women who reach out to us for help in purchasing a firearm, getting firearms training, and getting their California Concealed Weapons Permit, or CCW. The reason why this is so important is because 91% of the time, women are victims of sexual assault. 63% of sexual assaults go unreported because they're afraid of their partner or afraid of retaliation. 1 in 3 women will also be a victim of sexual assault at some point in her lifetime. And Lindsay, in 8 out of 10 cases, the woman knew the person who sexually assaulted her.
Yeah, those numbers are just so staggering.
They are.
You know, it's such an important thing that you guys are doing just to empower women. And if we could talk about the need specifically here in San Diego. I know there's a stigma behind guns, you know,
right.
Scary for the first time shooting them.
Very
but
much so.
Of course, you know, it's also shining a light, a new perspective on them as well.
Correct, it is. And what I love about the NOTMESD program is it's completely free. Let's just talk about that. And we are there to help women every step of the way through their firearms journey. And a lot of times women want to start somewhere to begin their firearms journey, but they don't know where to start. And a lot of times if you walk into a gun shop, 9 out of 10 times it's a man behind the counter. And so it can be very intimidating for women. And so we created this women as our answer to combat sexual assault and domestic violence, of course, in San Diego. But the program has really expanded to be much more of a resource for women who just really want to learn and to start their firearms journey and to take that next step to empower them to be their own protector. And I love this program. We've actually helped over 800 women so far in the last 4 years that we've been around. And that's just a small number in my eyes, and there's just so much more work for us to do.
Absolutely, Desi. There's so much work to be done. Really quick, let's go ahead and talk about the Second Amendment. It's huge right now. We're seeing weapons laws change drastically in California. Everything's happening all at once. We had the recent San Diego federal judge ruling, which should actually take away rosters, potentially opening the door for Californians to purchase different kinds of semi-automatic handguns not offered before. And then, of course, there was the Supreme Court ruling, which actually allowed people to not have a reason to get a CCW. So we're seeing so many changes, Desi. I want to know what you think about the Second Amendment rights, if you think these changes are a positive movement for our Second Amendment rights.
I definitely think they are a positive movement for our Second Amendment rights. And one thing that I hear a lot is more guns means more crime, right? Well, that's not the case. CCW holders as a group are shown to commit fewer crimes than police officers and fewer crimes than the general public. It just makes sense if a crime is being committed against you, wouldn't you want the tools to defend yourself?
And it's such an important question, and it's something that's not often addressed on the mainstream media. So, Desi, we're here. We're glad you're here to discuss this.
Thank you for having me.
Really quick, you are an NRA instructor, and your story. I wanted to know how you got started in empowering women.
You know, I've always wanted a way to help people. And firearms has been something that I grew up with, right? And so to be able to find NOTMESD, I started off as an ambassador, which are our volunteers, and I took on a much larger role with the program. And I love being able to make an impact on so many women's lives. Because the gratitude that you see from these women when they go from the, oh my gosh, to like okay, this is really cool. It's an empowerment that we help these women with, and that empowerment stays with them for the rest of their lives. So the fact that I can touch so many women's lives and help them, to me, that's something I've always wanted to do, and I love being able to be a part of this program.
Oh, such an amazing program, all part of the San Diego County Gun Owners Association. I'm going through the program myself.
Love it.
It's been incredible. It's really helped me to get over the fears I had. And
you get better every time I take you,
yes,
and
right,
I love
right.
it.
Yes, so looking forward to that second time, and you know, it's been great talking to you. Is there a website that you could go to really quick before we go?
Of course, just go to NOTMESD.org to learn more.
Great, thank you so much, Desi. Thank you for joining us, and we'll send it right back over to Matt.